reason. Make sure you show me in detail and make sure it's clear for me what do you mean. Alright, number 5. Oceanographer. Divide the oceans into layers. As shown in the table, depth below the sea level are represented as the negative integers. Select whether each statement is true or false. Alright, so the first one, giant squid swimming at the depth of negative 1.5 times 10 to the second power. So since it's positive exponent, you're going to move the decimal point 2 places. That will be negative 1.5. With empty spaces in the last, you're going to add 0. So 150 feet is swimming in the twilight zone. Twilight zone, as they give it to you, is from negative 800 feet. It's obviously that the giant squid is swimming at the sunlight zone. It's not twilight zone. So it's going to be false statement. Okay. Second part. A Titanic was sunk at the depth of 1.7 times 10 to the third feet. Is in the midnight zone. So we're going to do the same thing, negative 1.7. Since it's to the third power, you move the decimal point 3 places. We're going to add 0 for the empty space. So it's going to be negative 1,700. Is that a midnight zone? Midnight zone is from negative 3,500 feet to 14,000 feet. So it's not a midnight zone. So it's going to be a false statement as well. Alright, now we go down to the next one. A white shark swimming at the depth of negative 3.2 times 10 to the second power feet. So we're going to move the decimal point 2 places and add a 0. So that will be negative 320 feet. Is swimming in the sunlight zone. Sunlight zone is from 0 to negative 800 feet. So this is a true statement. Megalodon swimming at the depth of negative 1.8 times 10 to the 4th feet is swimming at the abyssal zone. I don't know how to say that word. So 10 to the 4th power, you're going to move the decimal point 4 places and add the 0 for the empty spaces. That will be 18,000 feet below the surface of the ocean. And abyssal zone is from negative 14,000 and below. So this is good. This is a true statement. Alright, that's it for number 5. Number 6. The diagonal of a rectangle quilt is square root of 256 feet long. So select all the set of numbers which is 256 belongs to. So square root of 256, I'm guessing if we have 15 square, 15 times 15, 5 times 5 is 25, remember 2, 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7. We skip over one place, 1 times 5 is 5, 1 times 1 is 1. That will give me 5. This is give me 2, 12, and roll over 1. That will be 225. 225 is so close to 256. Let's try 16. Do we have 16 is the answer. So right now I'm just guessing arithmetic. Oops. Sorry. I'm guessing the numbers. 6 times 6 is 36. Remember 3. 6 times 1 is 6. Plus 3 is 9. We skip over one place. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 1 is 1. We're going to add them up. 6. This gives me 15. Remember 1 and 1 plus 1 is 2. 256. Yes, 256 is 6. Is square root of 256 is 16. 16 is a whole number. Whole number, yes. 16 is also in integers because any number, positive or negative, and 0 is integers. 16 is positive number, is going to be integers. It's going to be a natural number. 16 can write in a fraction by put 1 under, so it's rational. And 16 is also a real number. Real number is the big guy who hugging all the numbers. Natural numbers, whole number, integer, rational, and also irrational is a real number. So as we talk in class, real number is the big guy who hug everyone. Alright, we go to part B. Consider the value square root of 257, not 56. Make sure you look carefully. This time is 257. To which categories does this value belong? And explain how and why changing one digit change the set of number to which it belongs. So as we know that any numbers that not a perfect square number, when you take a square root, is going to be irrational numbers. So 257 is not a perfect square number. Perfect square number. Therefore, square root of 257 is an irrational number. The reason is when you put it in the calculator, you're gonna see 256. 57. 257. We're gonna have 16.03121954, and it's gonna keep going forever. It's never ended. It's never ends. And it's also it does not repeat in any pattern, so that's why it's irrational number. So with categories, does this value belong? So sure that it's gonna belong to irrational numbers because we just said it. And remember, and don't forget, the real number is the big guy, that's who hug everyone, which includes the irrational numbers. So square root of 257 is irrational and real number. Okay, so obviously square of 257, you cannot take square root. It's not going to be a whole number. Since it's not a whole number, definitely not a natural number, because whole number is natural with a 0. And it's not integers, because integers is positive and negative numbers, positive and negative whole number. How about that? Alright, we're gonna go down to number 7. If you still confused on number 6, look at the notes, lesson 1-10, when we have the big pictures with all the rational, irrational, whole, and natural numbers. Alright, number 7. In the number line shows 4 points, label A, B, C, D. Sorry, it should be E. It's 5 points, A, B, C, D, E. Select whether each statement is true or false. Alright, on number 7, we find value of square of 40. I believe when you go to number 7, I'm going to give you a calculator to help you solve this problem easier. So square root of 40 by using the calculator is 6.3245. So we're going to look as close as possible. So we have 6.3. So there's a 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, 2. So this somewhere over here, that is my square root of 40. Okay, they ask you is to the right of a point C. To the right of point C is obviously on the left side of point C. So it's going to be a false statement. The value of square root of 47. Square root of 47 is 6.8556546. So 6.8, 6.3, here's 6.4, 6.5, 6.6, 6.7, 6.8, 5. So it's right in the middle, somewhere over here. That is your square root of 47. They say that it's between point D and E, and that is a true statement because it's between point D and E. The coordinate point A less than square root of 38. So square root of 38 is 6.16, 6.16. Ooh, interesting. 6.1 right here, 6.16 is something more than half. Somewhere is more than half of 6.1 to 6.2. So this is 6.16, or it's a square root of 38. So A is less than square root of 38. And yes, because all the number on the left side always less than the number on the right side. So A less than square root of 38. That is a true statement. Now we're going to go down to problem 8. Is the last problem. Mr. Frankel gave his students a project that was worth 100 points. J earns 33%. Okay. Adrian earned square root of 800, 299 points. Keiko earned 276 over 300 of the total points. And Math earned 24 over 26 of the total points. Plot the points on the number line and represent the student score. Alright, so 63%, J earns 63%, so this is obvious. 63% is 63 over 100%. Since the project's worth 100 points, so times 100. 100 and 100 cancel each other out, so the answer is, I just realized I say 63. It should be 93. I'm sorry. 93% is 93 over 100. The total points is 100 points, so 100 and 100 cancel out, give you 93. So this is where J earns or add. So that will be 93% for J. Adrian earned 8,299. So, what is that? We're gonna do is guess the answer. Let's say if I have, since you have a few whole numbers, 91, 92, and 93, we can check the answer. Let's see what is 91 squared. 91 squared is 91 times 91. 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 9 is 9. We skip over one place. 9 times 1 is 9, 9 times 9 is 81. We're going to add them up. 1, 8 times 8. 9 times 9 is 18. Remember 1, and then add 1, give me 2. 8,281 is really close to 8,299. So I believe this one is about 91 something, 91 point something. Can be 0, really close to 0.1. So I would say his point gonna be somewhere over here. That is Adrian, with the point earned is 8,299 points. Okay. If I check with the calculator, I would have 91.098. So at this time, since number 7, you already have a calculator. So go ahead, check your answer with number 8 by using calculator. You will see that is 91.09. Alright, and Keiko earned 276 over 300 of the total points. So of the total point is 100. So you multiply with 100. So all we did is reduce the 0 with the 300. Then you will have the problem is 276 divided by 3. 27 divided by 3 is 9. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So it's exactly 92. So the answer for this is Kaiko is 92. Alright, math. Earn 24 over 26 of the total points. 24 over 26 of the total points. Alright, so first, if I think we should reduce this fraction. You know what, let's finish my thought. Of the total points, so you're going to multiply by 100. Then we're going to reduce it by 2 to see is that easier to work with. So that will give me 12 over 13 times 100. Since 13 and 100, I cannot reduce it, so I'm going to keep it there. So 12 times 100 is 1,200 over 13. I'm going to use the calculator. So that will give me 92.3. 92.307. So it's about 92.3. Yes, this would be good. 92.3. 92.3. Sorry, that's not the point. 92. 92.2, 92.3 is going to be right here. That is where math are at. Alright, that pretty much it. There's one more question on the test, but since it's a district test and we want to have at least one question that you never see before on the test to see your critical thinking and your apply. How do you apply what we learned in class in that problem? So kind of is problem solving, so we don't solve that. We don't have that problem on the practice test. Beside that, good luck everyone. Make sure you take notes, ask questions. Tomorrow or on Monday, we're going to do one more set of practice like this as the class activity. Alright, so good luck, have fun, and have a great weekend.